There's two big fundamental issues. First, we have to fix a lot of things. And then once this is fixed, or while this is being fixed, we have to recharge our batteries and being optimistic and start rebuilding the city and start tapping the full potential of this city, and it has a lot of potential. What happened to Montreal in the past 5, 6, 7 years is not normal. Take all the major cities in North America, and there's been probably one or two that had as many scandals as Montreal and as many screwed up. I mean, you know, last spring there were 2 days without drinking water. I mean, have you ever heard of another American city in large as Montreal in that situation? No. So we have to fix the management of City Hall, the way decisions are taken, the fact that we have underspent on maintenance and probably overspent on new projects. We have to correct that imbalance. We have to correct the way that the executive committee functions, and we also have to take some fat out of City Hall. And when you take fat out of an organization, you always should start at the top. And by the top, I mean, let's say the first top 300 or 400 civil servants. The city of Montreal outsourced a lot of work, and that's why I don't think at this stage and for the next 4 years, I don't want to cut blue collars or to cut white collars, at least at the lower level. We just have to play with what we subcontract and what we don't subcontract and play with that. What I want to fix is the senior levels of the city and the business process, or the administrative, the management process, which are structuring the senior level. Once we take care of that, the rest will become much clearer. What else we have to do, and the rest will be much clearer, much more simple. I don't think it's a debate we should have right now. There was no demand for it, no need for it. The problem is a Montreal problem. It's not a Gaspé or a Saguenay problem. And in Montreal, you've been around, I've been around, people are not really complaining about this in this area. And this is where 95% of the people which have religious gears in themselves are living. So it's unfortunate now that we live with it. I can tell you where I stand. We haven't complained about nuns in Quebec for 300 years, and yet nuns had ostentatious religious clothing, and it was all fine. In fact, it was good. So why now do we complain when that person is a Sikh or when that person is a Muslim? As long as the face is not covered, and that means the burqa, people should be able to wear what they like to wear, and that's for them to, you know, this is what Canada and this is what Montreal, which claims to be you know, a champion of tolerance and a champion of diversity, that's what this city should aim for. Let the people wear what they want, as long as you can see their face. No doubt that we have underspent on maintenance, and we have to spend more on maintenance. It's not only the city of Montreal. Most of the large arterial roads or streets should be a responsibility of the Quebec government. The best example is the Turcot situation. That's all Quebec government, and we also underspend on maintenance, and that's why we're in the mess that we are now. So we have to spend more on maintenance, less on new projects, and there's a way that we can spend less on new projects. All these tramway projects which are up in the air, we can't afford them. I mean, it might be nice to have the tramway, we can't afford them, we just have to maintain what we have to get our priorities straight, and we have to make sure that, you know, for a lot of public transportation, a can of fame that does reserve lane is probably way cheaper than building trains or building that sort of thing. The city of Montreal has to become more efficient. We have to give the promise of a much better economic outlook. If investors believe that Montreal is promised to a bright future, they will want to be here before the parade starts. Right now they're waiting to see how big the parade will be before investing. We have to change that attitude. We have to give them a firm belief that this city will be well managed, that our priority will be straight, and then you will see they will invest more. Mind you, there'll be a lot of investment in this city. We take, for example, there'll be, just on housing, there'll be about a few thousand dwellings on the CBC side. There'll be 6,000 to 8,000 dwellings on the Blue Bonnet sides, and there's all kinds of projects throughout the city. On public work projects, the Turco projects, the new bridge. So we're talking billions and billions of dollars. We don't have to worry about the construction industry in Montreal. We just have to decide what do we want first, what will give us the biggest leverage. We have to ask these questions.